So guys, good morning. Look where we are. We are back on the farm. I've had a week off to use up some of my holiday, which has been lovely. A lot of you will be thinking, holiday, what is that? But anyway, we are back, and yeah, a bit of an experience getting up at 4:15 when you've had 7 mornings worth of lions. There's a few things that have happened on the farm, and something that we're going to do today, which is actually went and picked up yesterday, that you'll see in a minute. Calves, you've seen the calves before. How long till you find your way out through there then, calf? I mean, look, it's just, you're nearly finding your way already. Anyway, whilst we were on our little holly bobs, this arrived. So this is our new PTO driven generator. So it is a Bradley's one, do not drive in 1000. Obviously we've got to wire this all up yet, but there's a man that can do that for us. Knowing us, it'll be one of those situations whereby we will wire that generator in the next time we lose power and want to use it. Not before. But anyway, at least we've got a generator on farm now, should we need one. We got a big old pile of dung here that is mounding up. We didn't really take advantage of the frost in getting rid of that, which we probably should have done. The middle pit is completely empty, bar a tiny bit of grass. There's probably enough grass there to go in the wagon tomorrow morning. And look, we're back past the wall of the maize pit. Crikey, we're going through some forage. Fair bit of rape meal you can see in there now. It definitely worked, adding that extra load of rape that we bought to the mix. Now we're back into the decent maize again. It shouldn't be needed really, but the milk's up, so it's staying up, which is good. It is currently the 4th of February. Dare I say it, 10 days time, these girls will probably be outside by day. Anyway, on to what we are doing today. Ta-da! We have ourselves a plate meter. I've actually borrowed this off another local farmer because ours is kaput. It's Dairy Tech event tomorrow, which I'm going to go up to with Abby. So we may well look at getting prices for a new one for ourselves, because say that one's not actually ours. Gonna come for a walk then, dog? Yes, probably. Right, I need to find a bit of bale cord to use as a lead for the dog. And then we're off. Right, let's get ourselves underway here. Spring preparations. 640 125. That is a little formula it uses. Slightly different, this plate meter. It's actually slightly newer than ours. Bit more up to date. It's got an electric on at the back and no manual cog. Well, there's one inside, but it's all hidden. So should be good. Off we go, doing a bit of plonking. Let's go see how much grass we've got for these cows. Now, apologies if you can hear a degree of wind. I'm right on top of the farm, on top of the hill, and it is blowing a hoolie. The neighbouring farm just across the road are stirring their slurry lagoon, so they must be in there with the umbilical, I would imagine. It's really good to walk the ground, not just because I want to know how much grass there is, that is important, but also to see if the ground would travel, and it is in absolutely fantastic shape. It is dry as dry, especially up here on the hill. You could come out here spreading slurry or fertiliser now if you wanted to. Probably not a good idea in this wind. Bin men are off. But yeah, look, you get a really nice vantage point on the farm here. So we head along to that hedge as the boundary, and then all the way back around that way. I know I'm looking down at the ground now because I'm showing you the plate meter, but I do try to walk along without looking at the ground, because otherwise you just pick all the favourite bits to measure, and then it gives you a bit of a false economy, doesn't it, of what grass you've actually got. But this field I'm in now is where we had the dry cows for the beginning of calving. So we had a big mob of 150 in this field with the hay and standing hay, so strip grazing plus hay in the feed troughs. And like, you wouldn't know they've been here. It's fantastic. Absolutely superb. Right, we're over halfway round now. I've just put a little wide angle lens on the camera. I don't know if it makes any difference at all. perhaps let me know. Oh, the wind's going to pick up again, that's handy. I thought I'd just stop and show you this field for a minute. One, because it's the reseed we did in the autumn and it's quite interesting. And two, because I'm knackered and it's just a good place to stop. I'm not very fit at all is what I've worked out so far. But if I just hop into here, there's Gus. You can see the grass isn't overly thick yet. It all established pretty well in the autumn when we drilled it. So this is an SFI mix. And to be honest, the establishment is the most important thing. So all the seeds have come up and we just need that little bit of warmth, a little bit of sunlight, perhaps a tickle of fertilizer. Well, there's a lot of clover in here, just to get it going. It's obviously not going to be ready for grazing, I wouldn't have thought, on the first round. And it's one of those fields that potentially you might even silage it. Although I'm not sure how good having all the herbs and stuff in the silage is. Somebody might know better than me, please let me know. So I say it's an SFI mix, so there's 2 grasses, 2 herbs and 2 clovers. And if the docks establish well, then that will count as a 3rd herb. There was a fair few docks in this field when it was reseeded. If you get down low like I am now and look across it, it looks like an absolute carpet. It looks beautiful. It was rolled in when it was established, so I don't think it will want another pass with the rollers. I shouldn't have thought so. And if this thing in the sky gets out like it is now, I think we'll have a lovely crop of grass here in no time at all. Maybe the very end of the first round, sort of end of March, perhaps. Give it a good 7 weeks, 6-7 weeks. But yeah, I just can't believe how good a condition the ground is in. It's fantastic. So far, everything's measured somewhere between 1,700 and 2,000 cover. So that's kilos of dry matter per hectare. That's the figure that it'll give you on the plate meter. But I'm on what I call the back half of the farm. So everything that is between the parlour, sort of the buildings, and the main road at the top of the farm, and the road at the bottom. So we haven't got to cross the road to get to any of the ground that I've plate metered so far. All of that ground was run over by dry cows, and then the milkers after we brought the dry mobs home. And then it had the bulling heifers, which we kept out until Christmas Eve over it. So it'll be interesting in a minute to go to the other side of the farm and see how much is over there, because they didn't go that side. Everything was kept on this side, so they didn't have to cross a road when we wanted to bring them home or anything. But what I've noticed is where we had the dry cows and those bulling heifers, although there's not a lot of grass at the moment, what is there is absolutely fantastic. There's no dead stuff, there's no rubbish, it's just beautiful, dark green shoots of grass. And, you know, as I say, a bit of sunlight, a bit of warmth. Now the days are getting longer every day, they really are drawing out. It will start to motor, especially if we tickle a little bit of nitrogen on it, which I'm assuming we'll do, you know, anytime now soon, really. I'll have a word with Rob when I get back down there, see what he wants to do. Having walked the ground, it's certainly dry enough to travel. But anyway, let's carry on. Right, just got back down the farm. Juno's just doing a bit of sweeping. The cows haven't really started like looking to go out yet. We haven't really had that proper spring weather, but I've obviously got back from doing the plate metering. According to my watch, I've walked 7.13 kilometers in 1 hour 50 minutes. It's a 15-minute kilometer. It's not too bad. And my thought process was correct. Well, I'm pointing that way because that's where it is, but that half of the farm, there is a load more grass, just because we grazed it probably up until middle of October, and then the cows haven't been back there since. So that's been growing a little bit all winter because it's been so warm and nice. So we'll see about spreading some fertilizer. I just mentioned it to Rob, he's in the yard, and he said probably middle of February. Just let everything pitch off a little bit more. We're supposed to have rain today, but it hasn't turned up yet. So if it doesn't, and then the foreseeable is dry, that's all good news. But yeah, cows still doing well. They've still got their appetite apparently. They've been eating somewhere in the region of 22-23 tonne of fodder whilst we've been on our week off every day, which is probably why we got through that bit of maize and that grass so quick. But yeah, look at them, they're well happy. Also PD'd a load on Thursday, so I think with the cows we're somewhere just above 200 scanned in calf for the first just over 5 weeks of our block. Obviously none of the heifers have been scanned yet. There's 80 in that group, and you would hope that they are all in calf by now. So if you said say 10 of them weren't, say 70 are in calf, it'd be 270 within 5.5 weeks to calve down. It's going to be busy. The bulls have got exactly 6 days left to do whatever they want to the cows. If anything comes bulling, and then that's it, they're off next Monday. And that'll be the end of serving. Right, so me and Rob have just been input all those figures I've been measuring on the grass in the computer. The farm is growing at 7.5 kilos of dry matter per day, which is not exactly a lot, but it is the 4th of February, so it's only going to go one way. I know I've been off for a week, but I'm off for the next 2 days, so we're off to Dairy Tech tomorrow, and then going to see a friend of ours the day after and staying with them. So hopefully you'll get a look around Dairy Tech and also a bit of a farm tour as well. What do you reckon, Kel? Cows seem happy to see me. What was quite interesting whilst we're up on the computer, we were looking through some of the PD information as well. We had one bull that got like a 20% conception rate, whereas everything else was between 40, 45 and 60. Some were actually better than that, some were 65%. I mean, what do you put that down to? The thing that's slightly worse is it was one of the dairy bulls we were using, sex semen, so that'd be quite a few cows we would serve to that, hoping to get a dairy calf out of that we won't now have. So hopefully the heifers have held to dairy pretty well. We won't actually scan though, so we won't know until August, September this year. But are you ready to go out, girls? Yeah, that's what I was saying, I thought. Just come over to have a drink at the bar, have you? That's good. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Glad to be back on the farm. I mean, there's no better job, is there, really? Farming. We'll spend the next couple of days talking farming rather than doing farming, and then back again on Friday. So thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed the video, give us a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you on the next one. Cheerio. Bye, cow.